Pokemon Generation 10 is honestly right around the corner. It's probably going to come out next year, which I know sounds like a long time, but guys, time will fly, and I promise you, we will have Generation 10 before we even know it. Legends ZA is not even out yet, but it's coming out really soon, within like a couple of months, which is exciting. I'm hyped for ZA. But with Generation 10, one major difference in, Generation 8 and 9 and whatever is that this game is going to have a 4-year gap in between like new generations. There's typically a 3-year gap. This game is going to be 4, which I'm hoping that 1 extra year is going to be able to give Game Freak so much more time and ability and just kind of like confidence with themselves, I guess, to make a better and bigger Pokemon game. Also, they probably did that because of the Switch 2. Like, they probably knew that the Switch 2 wasn't going to be out until this year, and they're like, well, probably shouldn't drop the game the same year. So I feel like it's also part of the reason why Gen 10 is probably going to come out next year. Not even to mention that, the 30th anniversary of Pokemon is next year, so it works perfectly. But there are definitely some real concerns that we all have for Pokemon Generation 10. I really hope that it truly does feel next gen, and I really hope that it does feel like the first Switch 2 exclusive Pokemon game. Legends ZA, yes, is having a Switch 2 version. It's a Switch 1 version, but it's not a Switch 2 exclusive. So Generation 10 is probably going to be a Switch 2 exclusive game. It's definitely going to be an open world game. I feel like it needs to have some more features though. If it's going to be an open world game, I hope they could just build upon everything they've done with Legends Arceus and Generation 10. I really hope that we have way less bugs and glitches. Hopefully like none, but I mean, a video game is always going to have a bug or a glitch or two or so. You can't really want a game to have no bugs and glitches because that's kind of impossible, but Generation 10 needs to actually evolve the series. One of the main things I want is a different graphic style. Usually every single Pokemon game looks different. Legends ZA and Scarlet and Violet look pretty much the same. I think ZA is looking a little bit better than Scarlet and Violet, but they pretty much look almost identical. And I want this game to have polished mechanics, not just better graphics. Like, I hope the mechanics are good. I hope all the Pokemon look good, which I'm kind of concerned about the Generation 10 Pokemon, like the new Pokemon, because I'm like, Gen 9 and Gen 8 and some Pokemon from Gen 7 for me just weren't the best. Like, I feel like as far as Gen 8 and 9 go, they're definitely my least favorite, like, Pokemon designs. Like, I'm not saying there's no cool Pokemon at all. Like, there are definitely some really amazing Pokemon from Gen 8, 9, and 7 and everything like that. However, I just don't want Game Freak to, like, run out of ideas for, like, new Pokemon designs. I mean, we have so many Pokemon in existence right now, which is crazy. So it's like, how many are we really going to get for the new game? I feel like, they got to be, like, slowing down at some point. You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about it. It's been, like, 30 years, and we have a little over 1,000. So, give it, like, another 30 years and we'll have like 2,000. But the designs of the Pokemon look really good. I'm not gonna really worry about that though, because like I said, 4 years of development, I'm hoping that this Pokedex look good. I also can't wait to see the starter Pokemon for this game. I just cannot wait to see what they are. So the leaks are saying that this game is going to be based in Greece. Like, it's a Greek-based region on the Cyclades. So the starter Pokemon are going to be so interesting to see. The starter Pokemon are definitely like a fan favorite thing to be revealed. Like, everyone just loves to see a starter Pokemon, even if they don't like the starter Pokemon or not. It's just an awesome reveal. Like, even with the ZA starters, like, we already knew there were going to be starter Pokemon that we've already seen before, but like, dude, the hype was real for the ZA starters. We definitely need some innovation. Pokemon and Game Freak and Nintendo, they're known for innovation. Like, they are creative, so I'm not really worried about like innovation stuff. I just want like a unique region structure, experimental features, but like in a good way. Like, not experimental as in like this may or may not work, you know what I mean? Definitely want like some new mechanics. I also would just love to have dive come back, like where we could actually dive underwater. I really think it's gonna come back. I can't imagine them giving us a new region that's gonna have a lot of water not have dive. I really do think dive is gonna come back, guys. If you guys are brand new to the channel and don't mind helping me reach my goal of 30,000 subscribers for the end of the summertime, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the post notifications. You know, miss Pokemon leaks, news, updates, or just fun random videos. And join the Discord server. Link to that is in the description below, as well as my second channel, Fundora's Clips. Any support goes such a long way. I really appreciate you guys. All right, back to the rest of the video. As far as the gym stuff goes, I kind of like a typical gym style. The Scarlet and Violet gym style was like, you could pretty much do any gym out of any order you really want. I kind of like the idea of having one gym leader be like the first, and then a specific second, third, fourth, and so on, whatever gym leader, like in a specific order rather than just random. I think it makes it a little bit more exciting to fight the gyms, but at the same time, I don't think that's the biggest deal ever, but I kind of do think that they're going to go back to the OG style of gyms for Generation 10. There's definitely going to be a gimmick in the game. There's always an evolution gimmick ever since Generation 6. I hope it's not like an over-reliance on the gimmick, but we don't usually have that. Like, there's usually not like an over-reliance on the gimmicks. But, we have Z-Moves, Dynamax, Terastallization, obviously, Mega Evolution, and Generation 10 is going to have another battle mechanic, which I hope it's a really cool and unique one. Mega Evolution, I think, is the best. I think most people agree with that. And then, you know, with Z moves, Dynamax Terrestrialization, I personally don't know like where I would rank those specifically in order, but I think Mega Evolution is the best. So I would hope to have something new like that, or it would even be cool if they brought back all of the other gimmicks just because it's Generation 10, and it could just like, you know, pay homage to all of the generations of Pokemon in general, where it can, you know, coexist in like the same exact map. Like I had a theory a couple months ago, I made a whole video about it actually, but my theory was that we could get all these battle gimmicks coming back to the Generation 10 game, because it's going to be taking place in the Cyclades, and there's going to be a bunch of different islands all around, so each island could have its own like battle gimmick. You know, one island could be Mega Evolution, one could be Z moves, whatever. I think that'd be pretty cool, but at the same time, it's like I totally don't expect them to do that. I just think it would be cool, but you know, I'm totally fine if we just have the whatever the Generation 10 battle gimmick is, because you know, just makes sense. I really want this game to go in depth with story and world building. I think like Generation 5 and even Legends Arceus had some really good storytelling. So did Gen 9. I actually like the Gen 9 story a lot. I want a more mature narrative with really impactful characters and awesome legendary lore. The legendary Pokemon haven't really felt super legendary to me in the last couple of years, but I mean, I don't know if that's just me being, you know, annoying or picky, or if it's just kind of how it is. Let me know if you guys think that the legendary Pokemon still feel like as legendary as they used to be from like the original couple generations of Pokemon. I can't wait to see the legendary Pokemon for this game though. I really think that the legendaries are gonna have some insane designs, especially the mythical. Hopefully we get like 2 mythicals. I don't want to get a ton of mythical Pokemon, but it would be cool to get like 2 in this game, something like that. Some heavy story around the mythical Pokemon as well. They're probably going to do like what they did with Scarlet and Violet and release the mythical Pokemon with the DLC, which I don't necessarily agree. A paywall, you know, behind new legendaries and a mythical Pokemon, but at the same time, you know, the DLC for Scarlet and Violet was really fun, and I thought it was a pretty good amount of DLC for the money that you're paying. I also want the game to be a little bit more challenging. I think Gen 9 was the easiest Pokemon game that I've ever played. I feel like you just progress through it so easily, so I kind of want this game to be a little bit more difficult, or if they even had like a mode where you could change the difficulty, like a normal, easy, hard mode, or what, something like that. I think that would be pretty neat, but at the same time, I also don't expect them to do that because, you know, it's Pokemon. I also do hope it feels complete at launch. Generation 9, Scarlet and Violet, they feel complete now on the Switch too, but man, on the Switch 1, they run so poorly, it's crazy. On the Switch 2, I'm like, okay, this game feels really good, but even with them feeling a lot better to play, the map is pretty empty. Like, I can't lie, the map of Gen 9 is pretty empty. So I do want this game to be an open world game for Gen 10, but I also want the map to feel like alive. Like, I want there to be like big, real cities. Like, a lot of the cities in Scarlet and Violet are super tiny. It's like a couple of buildings. I want some big, awesome buildings. Obviously nothing like too insane. Like, I don't mean I want this to be the biggest game on planet Earth, but I do think it should be bigger and better because it's on the Switch 2, and you know, it's Generation 10. I feel like that's not too much to ask for. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this. What do you want to see from Generation 10? What are your concerns about Generation 10? Because I know a lot of the stuff in this video that I'm talking about is probably going to be thought of. At least I hope it is. But I feel like it's fair to have concerns because we want these games to be good. I feel like Pokemon is just like the best gaming franchise out there, and I just want to keep up with the games, you know, keep releasing good games. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notifications if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check out that Discord server. Link is in the description down below, which I do have a giveaway in the Discord if you want to check it out right now, but I'm going to announce this on the channel soon. I've mentioned it like a couple of times. I will be announcing this bigger on the channel, like more officially, I guess. But if you want to get like an early head start, it's in the description down below with the Discord server. Just join and you'll see it in the special chat. But anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate your support, your likes, your views, your comments, just any support goes such a long way. All right, see you in the next one. Peace.